Yo, what's up everybody, Holding Eyes with you here, bringing you Fairytail Final Season Anime Review. This is episode 312, titled Sting the Shadow White Dragon. This was a pretty good episode. I didn't really like the beginning much, but other than that, it was a really good episode. But it starts off with Sting fighting Lucard, and thanks to him having that shadow power combined with his light power, he's able to do now more damage than while still eating his magic. So he lands a couple of good shots on Lucard, and Lucard decides to use this really cheating spell called, which all his spells are cheating, but this is like the most brokenest spell he has. It's called Rest in Peace. And basically what it does is that it puts all the people in the vicinity of the user, it puts them in a deep sleep. And if you stay sleeping for too long, depending on how much you sleep, is how many years of your life is taken away from you. So let's say you sleep for an hour, that's I believe that's like 10 years or 1 year off your life, something like that. The manga explained it better, but basically the longer you sleep, the more of your life force is taken from you. And the card this state, don't close your eyes or you're gonna be a goner. Cause once this spell puts you to sleep, you stay in that sleeping state until the user dies or shut it off. So, but Vogue was told Sting, hop in your shadows to recover your strength and snap out of your tiredness. And also in the shadows, your senses are stronger. And he's like, well, that's easy for you to say because this is your power. I really can't control it that well. And then Kaguya, she comes out of nowhere because she's still conscious there in the battlefield. She's like, well, if gravity is what you need, I can help. And she took her sword, she stuck it into the ground, and she combined her gravity through it. And she basically force pushed Sting into his own shadow. And once he got there, he started to wake up more and pep up, and he wasn't tired no more. And like Rogue told him, your senses are stronger in the shadow realm. So he went to go attack Lucard, and he succeeded and he took down Lucard, and everybody's happy. We get Marina and Yukino. I believe it's Marina how it's pronounced. The girl with the long black hair from Sabretooth. Minerva, there you go, Minerva. Minerva comes with Yukino, and they happy as well to see that Sting and Vogue's okay and they actually won. And everyone's happy with each other. But then Marina, she realizes that Kaguya is there, and she kind of gets real sad because she starts thinking of the Grand Magic Games and what she put her and Ezra through, and the other cat chick that's friends with both of them. So she felt bad, and she's like, I never had the chance to apologize to you before. And Kaguya responded, it's okay, I already let it go, I forgive you. I don't want to hold grudges no more, because if I continue to hold grudges, only I'll suffer from that. And they both was happy about that, and they both smiled with each other. And you can see they're getting along a little bit better than before. And we also had this funny moment where Yukino's sister Angel's there, and she's having naughty dreams because she's still caught in that dream world. So that was kind of a funny moment there. But then something was stated by Minerva and Kaguya that was very interesting. They was like, Ezra, please be okay, please don't die. Now remember, they state that. Then we get to shift over to Natsu and his group, and basically he's in the dream world, and we find out two secrets in this scene. One, we found out that his scarf is made by Dragneel, Igneel Dragneel's scales. But Natsu never thought, okay, if they made it of scales, why are they white instead of being red? Since Igneel was a red fire dragon. And the persona of Vogue in his mind, who is just a persona but is actually part of Natsu's mind, he tells him, well, all dragons, when they shed their scales, it loses their magic power and it becomes white. But do you think a dragon is able to scarf a human's scarf for you? Have you ever thought about it? Then Natsu was like, yeah, you're right. And this is when we get one of the first secrets, and the secret is that Anna Harfilia, the ancestor of Lucy, was actually the one who knit the scarf for Natsu with Igneel's scales. And Natsu was like, what? And he's like, yeah. And it switches, is no longer Vogue in front of him, it was switched back to Zareth. And he was like, yeah, she was a affiliate associate with us, which means Anna knew both Zareth and Ignia. So that's pretty good to know. Ignio, I should say. But after that, you know, he starts to talk more, and we switch over back to the real world, back to Lucy and them, and the physician, the doctor of Fairytail, was like, Lucy, get undressed and lay next to Natsu. He's going to need your body heat, because that's the only thing that might be able to keep him alive, hopefully. And then we have this moment where Happy hugs Natsu's face and starts crying, saying, I don't want you to die. You know, if you fight Zeref, you're going to die. And everyone in the room hears that. They all get shocked. Branda's just there. Branda's fan, she's there. Juvia, Gray, Evergreen, the doctor of Fairytail, the physician, Grandina, human form. They're all there, and they all overheard this, and they were all like, what? And that was the second secret we learned, thanks to Happy, you know, finally telling people what's going down. And Gray's awake, and he gets to hear it perfectly fine, and he's kind of shocked, but at the same time kind of like upset, because it's like, wait, you wanted to kill Zeref, but though you knew you were going to die in the process? But though you never allowed me to do anything, I wanted to do similar to that. So it's like Gray felt some type of way when he heard that. But after that happens, we get to switch over to the last scene of the episode, which this is when things gonna get a little, like I said before, after the Magaraj sacrifice, a lot of things don't really come out to fruition. And one was Rogue, Sting, and Kaguya beating Lucard. That's complete BS, because he's one of the top 3 Spriggans, because it's August, Elaine, and then him, Lucard. So the fact that he lost to these 3 low-level mages that are already weakened and battered, even though they combine their power, it still doesn't make any sense. He shouldn't have lost, but for plot story, it happened. And then we learned the third and final secret, which got to do with Ezra. As I said before, I gave y'all a spoiler warning. It was pretty obvious. I don't think this should be a shocker to anybody. Elaine admitted it, that she is the mother of Ezra, and Ezra did not take too kindly to that. Wendy's there fighting with her, and she's shocked, but Ezra didn't. Like, she got shocked at first, but then the shock became anger, and she started to charge her, and she tells her, my name is Irene Barcelian. I am the first original queen of the dragons. And that's when the episode ends. And I'm like, yo, Queen of the Dragons. Now remember, in this land that they're in, Ferrara, they have something called the King of the Dragon Festival. Whoever wins becomes the King of all dragons. Now she's known as the Queen of all dragons, and we know that she's from this land. So I wonder if she has something to do with the first king, or does she have something to do with like the first tournament, maybe? Since we know this is her original land, she works for Zeref and the Emperor, Erevar's Empire, but she's here from this land of Ferrara. So keep that in mind. This is her homeland that she's fighting in. She's not fighting for it, sadly, but yeah, you just gotta keep that part in mind, that she is connected to this land, which means Ezra is more connected to this land as well. And the fact that she's the queen of all dragons, and we get to see a younger version of her like that looks just like Ezra, holding a blade, and we still see all the epic dragons behind her doing dragon cries. That was pretty awesome. That was an awesome background. I probably would actually make that one of my thumbnails, but yeah, Ezra's mom is Queen of the Dragons. So that's very unique. I can't wait to see next week how that plays out. And we also get a close-up of Ireen's scar. She has a scar in her stomach, like somebody cut her. I'm not sure, maybe she had to cut Ezra out of her stomach for some type of emergency, or maybe she was gonna die in battle and she decided to cut her out. Who knows? That scar, we had like 2-3 close-ups so far in this episode and before of that scar. So that scar is gonna play a very important role. Maybe it might be a Broly effect, and maybe that scar is also her weakness, and maybe that's how Ezra can win. Maybe if she hit her and that scar hard enough, she can probably defeat her. And another thing to bring up, she's known as the Queen of Dragons, and we know that she fought Agdologia earlier. Can she turn into a dragon? Just saying, you don't gain the title of King of Queen of something and you're not part of that species or whatever. So usually, so the fact that she's the queen of dragons, and we know humans can turn into dragons if they get too blood crazy or get too crazy with their magic, and they don't have their antibiotics in their bodies, which Ignil explained that before. She most likely is a dragon, just hiding in human form like Agdalogia does. But this is my theory, thrown out there. But yeah, episode 312 of Fairytail final season anime review. This was some really great stuff. 3 great secrets were revealed. The Anna tie-in with Lucy and Grey and Natsu and Sir Aerith and Ignia. Happy telling everyone from Natsu's secret to everybody. And now we know Ezra's secret, even though only Wendy and her knows it right now, but eventually that might reach to the other people's ears. And I love the part where Ezra was like, the only parent I ever had was my master. I don't consider you family. And she's like, that's fine, I don't really consider you my daughter. I never really wanted you anyway. And you have Wendy in the back, like so shocked that these two ladies are throwing words at each other like that, harshly at each other. And they mother and daughter, biologically, supposedly. So, very sad thing and very tragic. Can't wait to see Elaine's black story. Irene. We've seen in the trailer that Irene looked like she had a bad past. Because we see her locked up in a cell, and we also see dragons attacking other dragons and people. So, we're going to get a really good backstory, hopefully, next week. So, that I can't wait for. But, that's all I have for you guys. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Share with your family and friends, and please make sure you hit the notification bell because YouTube is very iffy. Tell me down below what you thought of the episode and what you liked and didn't like. Tell me how you feel about this whole Ezra being related to Irene, who is the queen of dragons. Maybe this will explain why Ezra is so strong and so gifted, and maybe why when she's angry, her eyes look like dragon eyes. Maybe this explains all that. But yeah, just let's have some fun with this, guys, and tell me your thoughts and opinions and theories. That's all I have for you guys. Peace out and have a good one.